O B E Y. Obey your mom and dad. O-B-E-Y. Obey your teachers. O-B-E-Y. Obey your elders. O-B-E-Y. Obey your teachers. Today, we are going to be learning about moral instructions. And the moral instruction we are going to be learning about today is obedience. Obedience. What is obedience? Obedience is the willingness to obey orders or instructions given to us by God, our parents, our teachers, or our elders. So it means that when you are given instructions or when you are told to do something, you have to obey. You have to obey the instructions or the orders. Okay? So in the Bible, God has a lot to say about obedience. So God loves obedient children. Okay? God loves those who are obedient. Obedience also means listening to higher authority like God. So when you listen to those who are older than you, it means you are obedient. So the reason for obedience is love. So if you love someone, if you love God, if you love your parents, if you love your teachers, if you love your elders, you will obey them. Okay? According to Proverbs 10:1, that is a Bible passage, it says, a wise child makes a parent glad. So it means when you are obedient, when you are wise, your parents will be so happy with you. They will be glad and they will be happy. We must always obey God. We must obey our parents. We must obey our teachers and any older person's instructions. It is a must. It is not that, oh, I will obey today, tomorrow I won't be obedient. No, you must be obedient every day. You must obey your parents, you must obey God, you must obey your teachers and anyone that is older than you. It is a must, okay? So when you do what you are when you do what you are told to do, that means you are obedient. So doing what one is told to do is being obedient. So when you obey, it means you have done what you have been told to do. So why should we be obedient? Why do you need to be obedient? Number one is God rewards obedience. God will reward you and God will be happy with you. Apart from that, if you are obedient to your parents, they will also reward you by giving you snacks, by giving you toys, by giving you so many things. Number 2 point is obedience is an act of worship. So if you know you love God and you are a good Christian or you are a good Muslim, you have to show a good act of worship by obeying God, by obeying your elders. Okay? So another reason why you have to obey is disobedience is a sin and can lead to death. So if you are not obedient, that means you have sinned against God. And if you don't want to sin against God, you have to be obedient. Okay, and also God calls us to obey. God asks us to be obedient. We need to be obedient. God is always happy when we obey him, or when we obey our teachers, when we obey our parents. Some of you will say, how do I obey my teachers, or what do I need to do to obey my teachers? You need to obey your teachers when they ask you to do your work on time. When they ask you to keep quiet in class, you have to do exactly that. You don't have to do what is in your mind. You have to do what your teacher asks you to do. You have to obey your parents also when they ask you not to touch something, or when they ask you not to go somewhere. You have to obey them and listen to them. Okay, let's sing our song once again. O-B-E-Y, obey your parents. O-B-E-Y, obey your teachers. O-B-E-Y, obey your elders. O-B-E-Y, obey your God. O-B-E-Y, obey your mom and dad. O-B-E-Y, obey your teachers.